And we are live. Wednesday night with those guys, and Wednesday night with those guys are sponsored by
Those
those
guys.
guys. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. And as you know, Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those
Those
guys.
guys.
This is where we talk about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. And I hope everyone's been able to get out and fly if the weather's been good where you are. This is our first day back from Christmas, and I hope everybody was able to get the drone that they wanted underneath the tree. Has everyone been able to get out and fly? And if you have, how's the weather where you are? Tell us. Lawrence, how have you been?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just sitting here relaxing. Had a
Mhm.
very decent Christmas. It was quite nice and enjoyable.
Okay.
What about you? How was your Christmas?
It was pretty good. We made the prime rib, and went over a good friend of mine for Christmas Eve, and woo!
Can they eat?
Oh, the seafood was going. The seafood was going.
You said they did it up. They did it up, huh? With all the
I think,
seafood, lobster,
yeah, I
shrimp. And
think I had enough food for in the last 2 days or so for a week.
that's good. That's what's up. Hey, Corey, what's going on, man? Happy holidays to you.
Hey, what's up, man?
Um,
Happy holiday.
Warren says he got to fly today.
Uh-oh.
Oh, if you won anything from the contest and you have not contacted Herman, send your email. You have YACL, right? You have him down because I know he won something. A few
Yeah, but
people won
he never hit me up.
some items. Matt Bagwell, did you hit up did he?
Yeah, he hit me up.
Okay, cool. He's a UPS guy. Would figure he's on point.
I got everybody's stuff to go.
Okay, all right. But you did mention there were a handful of guys. Happy holidays to everyone.
Yeah, I got your email.
Okay, cool. Um, what's going on in the world of
Well, I mean,
drones and the
there's a,
internet? I mean,
well, I mean,
it's a
there's a
little
lot of
early.
things.
People are still
There's a
coming in,
lot
so
of
we can
things
kind of,
going on. There's a lot of things going on here, and I don't know. Uh, you asked about how was my Christmas.
yeah.
Well, for those of you who do know me on from the Facebook groups and from on Facebook, uh, about a week ago, I lost my father.
Yes, my
And
condolences. Yeah, I was
on the
there.
Christmas holiday, we had to send my father home, and that was the Thursday before Christmas, the day after the last live stream. So, it was Christmas after that, and we're back. It just seemed like the week turns around so quick.
It turns around too fast. Really, too
Stephen,
fast. Hey, Stephen, happy holidays to you. Well, for those of you who didn't know, this is our New Year's Eve show.
yeah,
And it's only because by the time New Year's Eve gets here, it's not close to Wednesday. It's actually before our next stream. So we kind of want to say um happy New Year to
thank you.
you and all of that stuff. Happy Kwanzaa. Hope you had a Merry Christmas, a very good Hanukkah, whatever you may um
Never forget.
observe during this time of the year. I hope you had a damn good happy one.
Thank you.
Ev- Yes, everyone's
Thank
giving
you.
their condolences. Um, yeah, that's hard. That's hard to deal with a funeral and then around the holidays and it's mixed. You have mixed feelings around this time of the you're gonna have mixed feelings around this time of the year. You know what I'm saying? Going into a holiday or whatever.
Well, I mean, it was family here, and everybody was here.
Good morning, Rob. Feet on the ground. Good morning in Australia. These
So we
guys are
see
loving
the
it
chat,
because
man.
right now in Australia it's summertime.
Oh,
So
okay.
enjoy.
So
Yes,
they're
yes.
able to get out and fly, right?
I hope Rob is flying. I haven't seen too much from him. My birthday stream. Hey,
Thank
Happy
you,
New
guys.
Year as well.
Whose birthday?
I guess Rob's birthday. He
Oh,
just
okay.
said my birthday stream.
Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, you old fart. You don't know from I met Rob many, 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 many years ago. It's been a while I've known this guy. You
Mhm.
remember him and Susan, his wife Sue,
Yeah,
used to send the care packages,
yeah, the
and
candy.
we were highly grateful. I got to try what was that stuff?
Uh-huh.
That Vegemite.
Oh Lord, no.
If anyone, especially from Australia, offers you Vegemite, slap it out their hand and run
You
as
know what
fast.
is the interesting thing about Vegemite?
It wasn't bad. Oh, it's Festivus for the rest of us. What's that, Herman?
Is the fact that something like that tells you that, there's different, cultures, different tastes,
Yeah.
and how people,
Oh, it's
certain foods, the taste that people like in certain areas change from place to place.
anyway, early happy
You
birthday. New
know,
Year's Day is his
like
birthday.
how they do everything here, they make it sweet or salty.
Yeah, they either make it sweet or salty or spicy. It's one of those three, correct?
That's the only thing they do.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so if you come to the United States and you've never been here, they put sauce or sugar or something spicy on everything. Those are your only options. Um, oh, Gary says he lost. I'm sorry to hear that in the past, lost his mom 6 days before Christmas, over 30 years ago. So the holidays are hard. Oh, Rob says the guy about his Vegemite for the guys who have cheese in a can.
Rob, that's not cheese.
That's
That's not
not real cheese,
that's not cheese, Rob.
Rob.
That's not cheese. That's not cheese. I'm almost positive that stuff can put fires out.
Vegemite. It
Either it's going to
probably,
put the
yeah.
fire out or accelerate it.
Could you imagine? You could have put the fire out and it gets bigger by putting Vegemite on it.
No, I'm talking about the cheese in the can.
Oh, the cheese on the can. I don't know. Yeah, it might be an accelerant. It
That's the
might be
same stuff you spray inside the holes in the wall that fills up.
the foam.
Yeah, they just add cheese flavoring to it.
Wow, that's messed up. The Warren's going beans on toast. What's up with that? I've never tried it. I've never heard about it. The
Who?
less I know, the better. Beans on toast. What's up with that?
Beans on
I
toast.
don't even want to
No, we
carry
don't
on.
we don't eat that over here. See,
Yeah,
that's what I
yeah,
said. There's wherever you go, there's so many different foods and different things that people eat and don't eat. That's like the first time I ever saw biscuits and gravy.
yeah.
I was like, "What the hell is that? Why are you pouring that stuff on the biscuits?"
Yeah, I could understand that. I didn't experience it that way, but I did experience biscuits and gravy when they brought out almost like a fondue bowl to keep the gravy warm. Because if you don't, it thickens or gets gelatinous. They had a bowl to keep it warm, and around the bowl were biscuits. And I was like, I hope that's not all we're going to eat.
No, because it's got little bits of sausage in it.
Oh, Warren says beans on toast are big in England. Well, that's one thing I won't be
Oh,
trying if
see,
I visit England.
well, you see, you know what? When I was in London, I always wondered why they always made these big ass sausages at breakfast time.
I don't know. Grits with cheese or grits with shrimp. I've heard of grits with fish, but that's about it. I do know people that order shrimp and grits. There are some places that do sell
That's
it.
Southern. that's
See, these people have issues. We have to keep from going squirrel.
yeah.
Gary just said only 239 beans on your toast. If you add one more, it'll be 240. 239, that's more than an 8-ounce can.
No, probably not. But for you to sit there and count out beans,
Oh, Steve says it's a staple in England. You should try our
what,
Yorkshire
beans
pudding.
on
Herman
toast?
and I were talking about Yorkshire pudding the other day, weren't we, Herman?
Yeah, I was looking at the recipe for that because I was seeing the guy that made it in a video I was checking out.
Okay.
He used it and made a sandwich.
Yorkshire, he used the Yorkshire pudding to make a sandwich.
Yeah.
Wow. Impressive. But anyway, welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. We appreciate you guys. Hope you had a your holidays are going well. Um,
Yeah, I
you
hope
know,
you had
here
some
we
fun.
go.
I hope you got the drone you were looking for.
Stevie, what's good?
Yay.
Stevie goes, we eat beans on our toast in the Bronx. Stevie, they do everything in the Bronx, bro.
Well, I don't know.
They listen. There's what do you know that they don't do in the Bronx? Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
and
exactly. What doesn't go down in
there's
the Bronx?
there's uh see now if I said what doesn't go down in the Bronx, everybody is oh you just stereotyping.
hmm Anyway, what's up, Stevie? Happy holidays to you. And like I said, welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. We understand it's the holiday season. Some people are still out spending those gift cards they got, the cash, etc. But we are here. And this is our New Year's Eve stream because you
So,
won't see us on New Year's Eve.
so Lawrence, did you think of anything that doesn't go down in the Bronx?
That doesn't go down in the Bronx? Yes,
What?
yes. Good health care.
I don't know about that one.
There's no good health care in the Bronx.
I can't say that.
All right, all right. Well, I can't think
They,
of anything then.
they've been doing some good things over there. I've seen some good things at Montefiore.
Montefiore, Bronx, Lebanon. Yeah. Okay.
But
There's a handful of
what
hospitals in the
doesn't go
Bronx.
down in the Bronx? See, if I tell you what doesn't go down in the Bronx, people will say, "Oh, you're stereotyping. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's foul."
We don't eat okra, Warren. Ill, nasty,
Who?
disgusting. Fried green tomatoes and fried okra.
You know what? I've heard of it, but I've never had it.
And don't offer it to me.
What, okra?
Yeah.
Who said it was offered to you?
Yeah, I'm telling you, you ever invite me to your house and I see okra on the plate, I will not eat anything.
First off, first off,
I never had it the way you made it, right? Yeah, been there, heard that.
first
Go
off,
ahead.
I don't eat okra for the mere fact I don't. I kind of have trouble with a vegetable that looks like I killed it when
No, I have trouble with a
when I
vegetable that
cut it.
looks like the mucus that comes out of my nose.
Well, that's what I mean. It looks like you killed it, like it was a
Yeah,
live animal, and you killed it, and now his guts is coming out because you cut it open. That the seed and the slime and all that stuff. No, I'm good with it.
yeah. I'm
It
good.
just
I'm
looks
good.
like it. It looks like you were supposed to dump that part out and then eat the outside.
Hey, Angel. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. What do I know? Well, there's a lot of people who love it. But Lawrence,
Yeah.
you still there with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, DJI has been going and going and going all year, man. In spite of the fact that they're trying to kick them out of the country,
I know, right?
and
They
now
getting
stop them from getting parts from the
every
country.
dime they can get.
And but last week or so, a week or so ago, they released the firmware for the, for the your you got one of those Osmo mobiles, right? Well, they have
No, no.
firmware that
I
went
have
out
the
for the
Osmo.
Osmo
I
Mobile
had
6.
one of the earlier models.
Yeah, well, the six and the six damn the six SP.
Yes, he did say sex.
Yeah. Um
That's recorded.
Smartphone gimbal. They got a upgrade there.
Okay. But
Yeah.
only a specific model, though, right? If I
Yeah. The
recall.
the the I told you
Yeah,
Osmo Mobile 6
the 6 and the SE, the special
SE.
edition, the white one.
Yeah, they got that up. They got the upgrade on the firmware.
This right here. Hold on. I think I can pull it
Oh, you
up.
got a picture of it of the
Yes, sir.
firmware update?
Oh yeah. Not the update, but the SE is the white one here, and then the original 6 is this one on the right hand side.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Hmm. Now you know what's so nice about these Osmos in your phone?
What's that?
That it functions exactly like the gimbal that you would use like with your camera in it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. And you don't have to do the ninja walk with these either.
What?
Yeah, you don't have to. It's not as bad. The stabilization, depending on your phone, is pretty good. Yeah,
It
I
depends
believe
on your
so.
phone.
Huh?
It depends on your phone and which Osmo. Just like you don't have that problem with the what do you call it, with the Ronin, as bad as you think.
Okay. Well,
Now, now if you
from what
try
I understand,
if
from what I
you try to
understand,
move
this is supposed to be their best Osmo yet.
if you're trying to move slow and steady, you better move slow and steady.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you
I guess it would
But you
depend on
see,
your
the
phone.
Osmo mobiles, right? And I've said this 100 times. They're all of the Osmo mobiles that have come out are all is only as good as the camera that's in it. And if you got a good smartphone,
I
it's gonna
agree.
if you got a good smartphone, oh my goodness, you that thing is will work wonders for you on the go, on vacation or something like that. If you
Yeah.
mind carrying it around.
Well, the fact that it folds up the way it did, it was a success. I mean, if it wasn't, they wouldn't be up to number 6 now. You understand what I'm saying? The fact that
Yeah.
it has been a success, like you said, DJI has been very, very busy this year. They've covered all aspects of most of their products, even their transmission systems.
Well, well, right, because they upgraded all of the drones that they said they were going to make remote
Hmm.
ID that weren't originally remote ID.
Yep.
You know, so DJI has been working.
Yeah, I agree.
They brought out just about everything that well they said they were going to bring out. Almost right, just about right.
Yeah, this is
Almost
true.
everything that was leaked and all
Big
of that
John, what's good, man?
stuff like that right there, like that.
Oh, Herm, I forgot to tell
And,
you, Big John is back in the Phantom 4 stage. He just got a V2.
uh-huh.
Congratulations, Big John. And he just got his hands
I,
on a V2. I expect to see some of those
this big, this
spectacular pictures.
the same Big John that never liked the Phantom.
You, I don't think it was that. I think it was he was in Mavic mode.
No,
A lot of
you
us
what did they
experience
call
Mavic
you?
mode, but once you fly a Phantom, there's nothing like it.
I mean, it's
There's nothing like flying a Phantom today. Nothing that compare.
well, if you're doing, see the problem with the Phantom
Mm.
is that had it had the 10-bit color,
Yeah,
look out.
true. That is true. That is true. And I never understood why DJI did not
upgraded. I don't know if they could have with the
because of technology, I would have to agree with you.
and if they
Oh, he said
could,
he never liked the Phantom until OcuSync. Understandable.
well, all DJI drones were light bridge drones. That's why when
Yeah.
everybody talks about, oh, that's old tech, oh, that's old tech, but yet everybody still keeps running out and buying the original Inspire.
Yep, which
What
is
I
on
thought was
Lightbridge.
confusing about that was that that is just basic light bridge, whereas that the Phantom 4 Pro, when it came out, it was released with the Inspire 2, and they both came out with the Lightbridge 2. But yet everybody says now since OcuSync and then OcuSync 2, oh well, the that's old technology. Oh, that's old technology. But yet guys are still running out and buying Inspires. The and and was flying the Inspire 2 for a long time. So I mean, I even when they came out with the V2, they never came out with the Inspire 2 V2 on
Oh,
OcuSync
you
2.
know what? John
And
had an,
I
I guess
still
he had
ran
an
out.
experience with the Lightbridge. That's why.
What happened?
He said Lightbridge effed him up. So, hey, God bless America. Welcome to the stream. Am I
We
correct,
used
John,
to
in
go
saying you had a
quite
bad
far.
experience with Lightbridge?
We used to go quite far with light bridge drones.
I remember one time, Herman, telling you, let's do a distance test down the beach. We went a little ways down the beach, and Herm was like, you know what? I'm gonna turn back now. I'm good.
We
So
quite
yeah, I
far with, you
maybe
know,
maybe had a bad experience with Lightbridge. That's highly possible. Highly possible.
well,
But
you can have
go
a bad
ahead.
experience with any of these drones. I mean,
True.
the drone that went behind the building and that wasn't light bridge.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That was OcuSync.
V2.
Early gen OcuSync.
It's only two. It's two. We only up to like four, bro. So it's not no early gen. So no,
Yeah,
a couple
yeah,
of
yeah.
years ago.
Yeah, you're actually right. It's just hard to believe I've been flying for so long.
It's only a couple of years ago. You gotta remember, anytime so if you look at the pattern, anytime they release their flagship drone, that's the end
Yep.
of the operating system.
Yep. Yep. Like they did the Mavic 3. Just like they did the Mavic 3.
Well, you remember they changed the operating system with the Air 2S?
Yes, I do. Yep, I do. I remember.
Right. And then everything else that came out was on that
Okay, he did have an issue. He's saying the transmission because the transmission screwed up on him. The transmission shit the bed. I'm not going to even bother asking where you were or what you were doing
well,
because
you know what, John,
the less I know, the better.
John, honestly, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what that was. That was the experiences that you experienced in the earlier years of flying drones.
True,
Everyone that has flown drones before the Mini has experienced this.
true. That's true.
You understand? And if you've been out there flying long enough, you would have experienced that.
Oh yeah, definitely. If not, Herm would have gotten it. Er, I agree with you, John. When they did put OcuSync on the V2, that was a major move for it. That was definitely a major move. I could agree with that 100%. Sound off for musicians. What the hell is that?
Who?
Zoom is telling me some shit. Sound is off for musicians. Why? I mean, we're not, I guess it decided we're not playing music, so let me cut the sound off for musicians. La di da. Whatever. Come on, whatever. What's next, Herman?
Well, it was the I'm gonna explain something to John. It was the operating system that DJI was deciding to go with,
Mm-hmm.
and to use the smart controller and all those other things that was coming out or had come out. That was the only way to use it, to be able to get down with that. But no, seriously, truthfully, it both drones never claim or DJI never claimed that either one of the two of the drones uh got any more distance than the other. The only the only thing that was noticeable with using the Phantom in the OcuSync 2 to the Lightbridge 2 was in your transmission feed on your screen. After a certain distance, you get breakdown on the light bridge from it'll start breaking down from 1080.
He said
You
he
don't
did a test on the
you
same
don't
spot
get
on
that.
both.
You don't get that. What happened?
He was saying he did a test on the same with both drones from the same spot.
And you don't get that with the OcuSync 2.
Mm-hmm.
You have the same 1080p even after a further distance. Flying that drone in the areas that we fly around the city, that's why when I hear guys say that they've had all these issues and you live in nowhere, out nowhere in the middle of nowhere, and say you got signal interference because of and,
Yeah.
and that's why I tell you about how verbiage catches on.
Mm-hmm.
We've flown the shit out of those light bridge drones here in the city with no problem.
True.
Dudes have a tendency to get very spoiled when the new thing comes along and it's a little better in our eyes. And we realize, well, damn, shit, the drone is still too far away from where we're supposed to be with it. So regardless of that, it's
Mm-hmm.
just about improving the signal in the same close proximity and where you was flying before. That's
That's true because now they
all
say
it's about.
your drone can do 8 to 10 miles,
40
but
miles and shit
you're
now
not
on
going to
these
do that
drones.
8 to 10 miles. But it's good to know now you could fly around an object where you used to lose a signal.
You will still lose that signal.
Right. But you would still lose it, but you would regain it faster. Well, the problem with the city, John, is what they call multipathing. When you're flying between two buildings and your signal's bouncing off of these two buildings as well as coming at the drone straight from the radio. So the multipathing is causes a lot of problems when it comes to flying around buildings and metal structures. If anyone here who lives in New York has ever flown at Flushing Meadows, back when we had the 3DR solos and we were flying, those were the most unshielded drones there were. And a few people, if you got too close to the metal, the multipathing would cause your drone to do everything in reverse. In other words, your drone is here,
Uh-huh.
you're here. Your
Uh-huh.
signal's coming from you to the drone,
Mm-hmm.
right? And now you have a metal object that's bouncing the signal
Right.
off of, which
The globe.
causes your drone, that signal may sometimes interfere with the original signal. So if you press backwards, you may go forward. You press forward, it's kind of screwed up, but
Hmm. Just don't slam into it.
right, right. This is
Please
true.
don't slam into it.
All right,
So
we gotta
your
move on.
people over your people over at
We
Brink,
gotta schedule something, John.
you you know you know Brink, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know
So
Brink quite
yeah,
well.
yeah, Brink has a 700. Woo, 700,000 dollar deal with New York City Police Department for the Lemur 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, they made an agreement last August for 10 of them joints.
really.
Yeah. So 10 of them
What
gonna
the
hit them
hell?
up. 10 of them is gonna hit them up hard. You know,
The hell
I look at
happened here?
what?
No, go ahead. Something screwed up.
Oh, I look at the lemur and I look at a lot of these drones that
I can't see the chat.
they're forcing all of these municipalities on into the get down or lay down plan of
Yeah,
having to use the American made joints, which is interesting because I want you to keep that American made thing in mind later on.
right.
When you start getting into these drones, right? And you look at some of the drones that DJI makes, right? And you don't think that DJI or Autel could make something like this?
Of course. Of course.
So what happens if they made something like this? You know what I mean? Because apparently, from what I'm understanding, um, to have certain compliances, you really don't have to be made here in America.
No, you don't. You actually don't. This
So
the glass breaker.
this is interesting. And, like how many times do you have to run this drone into the glass to break it?
Well, the glass breaker that they have on there now was
Hmm.
1,000 times better than the original
Yeah,
one
I
that
know.
we did a story on.
Yeah, I know.
That but the fact that this does indoor mapping using LiDAR, which means it's not dependent on GPS to maneuver around things. The LiDAR will have the drone fly in, under, and around things, adjusting its speed. Also,
Oh
from what I
no, I
understand.
like the drone. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. I like the drone. It is. We've done 100 stories on this drone. Every time makes a milestone, we've covered it.
right. That's
Just
true.
think that when you get into the whole grand scheme of like them, you know, we getting into the things that happened this year, you
Yeah,
know,
a
and
lot.
in this stream. And one of the things that's been going on this year, it's been a ongoing constant thing. Every time you turn around, every 3 months, something comes up about Chinese made drones, Chinese made drones, Chinese made drones. And I told you, if they ever ban these things, it wouldn't be because of anything that DJI is doing with anything that has to do with any security.
Right.
It would all be because they probably just don't want something that powerful in the hands of the consumers. You know,
Right.
these things can fly how far now? And like I said before, you remember, you know, right there in what's that? What park is that? We were at there by the bridge, by the Triborough.
By the Triborough. Oh, that I know which one you're talking about in Harlem.
Randall's Island or whatever that is.
Yes, Randall's Island. Yes, that's
Okay.
the big one.
From Randall's Island to the 59th Street Bridge with no signal interference, anything.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, that was a flight. And if
Like
you guys were at that meetup, that was back when New
like
York and it was still collecting data on drones because that particular day we had the meetup there. And I remember it well because that was the day Xavier had the Coast Guard orange life suit on. And people were like, "Oh, I see you. I see Xavier in the orange suit." Because we kept saying, look for someone in a bright orange suit. And we'd find it. But that helicopter hovered there while we flew. and flew and flew. Remember the cops came over and messed with talking with dude's dog?
You know what's funny about that, what you said?
Huh.
I was walking to the restroom and I ran into Jameson coming from his car.
Right.
And he said, "What's up?" to me. He goes, where's never mind, I see him. And you know how far the restrooms were.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A good distance. This is true. Hey, Johnny Drone Flyer, Happy New Year. Yes, this is
Yeah.
our Happy New Year stream. Anyway, Herman, it's that time. We're 6 minutes past a
Oh,
drop in a shot.
wow. We got we
So
got a
if
we
you
got a drop
have
from the shot.
if
What's
you
up,
have
Johnny?
a soda, coffee, whatever.
Well, Big Mac, what I'm saying, Big John, what I will say is that it did keep the drone going for a few more years. You know, it had a 5-year run, a 4-year run before they did that.
That's interesting. Well, let's do this drop in a shot and get back in on topic.
Okay, you ready? Wednesday
Yep.
night with those guys is sponsored by
Those
those
guys.
guys. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, damn, that one was hard.
I don't know if I could answer. I don't know if
What?
I have enough. John says the iris on the Phantom is round as opposed to the flat one that's in the drones now. That I I'd have to look and see about that one. Hey Herman, could you hold
Yeah,
it down for like about 2 minutes?
2 minutes. I'm here.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I don't know the. I don't know. So I might question the price on that Lima 2, but for 10 of them, 700,000. Hmm, they're quite expensive drones. And the features on it, I've never actually used the drone. I had the drone in my hand to see the quality of the build. All I can go by from is what I see in the in in the videos of how the guy threw it out the window. But there have been YouTubers that have had the opportunity to get their hands on it. I've heard some mixed reactions from it, but there's others that love the drone, and mainly what you hear from the drone and people speaking on it is mainly the people from BRINC. Just like a lot of the drones in that space. The people that you hear talking about them mostly are the people from those companies, so they have a stake in what they say about them. So I really couldn't tell you too much about it other than like the features, good features.
I'm
Do
back,
they
man.
do they all work? That's left to be
Hey
seen.
John,
I
hey
mean, I don't know
JC.
anyone that needs this drone or is using this drone, you know. But
Hey
I'm
John.
quite sure that one day I'll catch up to Cruise and then see if they got one and see what's going on. You know
Hell, John goes every time he drinks. No, it's called turning 60
who?
this
What?
month.
What happened?
I'm back. Hey, what's up, JC? John Olson, how are you?
What John said?
John said every time he drinks, LOL. Said, nah, it's called turning 60 this month.
Oh,
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
I don't know what to
I
tell
know
you.
it's all good fun. If you
That's what
haven't
happens,
clicked the
bro.
like
Every time you
button,
drink something, you gotta go to the bathroom.
yeah, yeah.
Damn.
That's including water too. Um,
Damn.
we got 19 likes. We got 11 likes, but let me refresh. But I could be wrong. But if you haven't clicked the like button already, please feel free to do so.
That's what it is.
18 of 19. Okay, that's not too bad.
Oh wow.
Yo, John, thanks for coming through. Happy New Year to you, man. Yo, we need to fly some
Happy New
FPV
Year,
together.
John.
Now that I know how to fly a little better.
Oh, word, that's what it is. You know what? I remember that first time over at the park. Me and Ray was just having a ball laughing at this shit. It was like we were walking to the
Hey,
car,
Mark.
and all you hear is, "Whack." Yeah, they crashed.
Yep, that was me.
Yeah, he crashed.
That was me. Yep.
Like, how many times can he crash before we get to the car?
Like twice.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I fly a lot better now, John. I crash less.
Oh
We
yeah,
appreciate the support, man. We appreciate you.
oh yeah, John. He flies a whole lot better. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God.
Thank God about that.
Ooh,
If
thank God.
that
Thank
weren't the
God.
case,
Thank God.
I wouldn't be doing these construction sites
I
now.
would. Thank God. Thank God. I don't want to fill out no insurance papers, please.
Yeah, you know what it is. We got to have $2 million insurance to fly
Oh,
these
thank God.
construction
Thank God.
sites.
Fly
So
that
I
thing.
cannot afford to crash. So trust me, I've gotten a little better, just a little bit. Mark Fisher,
Mark.
how are you, man? Happy holidays to you and the wifey and the rest of the family.
Happy holidays, Mark.
JC, Happy
Merry
New Year to
Christmas.
everyone who I have not said Happy New Year or Happy Holidays to. Hey, Johnny, I'm drinking coffee. See,
Oh man.
all right, what's next? We got through Brink.
Well, you know what?
Um,
It's over the holidays, right? We talk
yeah,
about what happened during the holidays. Over the holidays, right? DJI had improved on the Air 3. So, also in that improvement on the Air 3, right, comes along an improvement to the Mini 4 Pro. So you remember when I said that there wasn't that much of an upgrade difference in the mini in the Mini 4 Pro from the Mini 3
yeah,
Pro? Oh, now with this new update,
right.
it's a major difference now.
Really.
Not only do you have the differences in the camera, but I told you when we first talked about the Mini 4 Pro, and we
Mm-hmm.
talked about, and then they had this with the Air 3 and with the Mavic 3 and the Mavic 3 Pro and the Classic out,
Mm-hmm.
all of their drones on each level, all shot in 4K of some sort,
Yes.
and now you're covering the range of 4K 60, the slow-mo across
Which
the
is what
board.
we
So,
wanted.
so do you have a drone that fits every level category? Maybe not the same grade of quality of camera, or should I say vision of camera, or
Thursday.
you know what I mean? But you do have the drones all fit into that same space of shooting from 4K 60. You have your ability to shoot in was it cine lag, D-Log, whatever it may be, whichever your camera shoots in, and it's they've opened up the door on these drones, and now with this new update, and you know me, I told you from before off the bat that whole vision assist with your ability to leverage those cameras that are in your obstacle avoidance cameras for to be able for you to see and not just the drones technology or computer to be able to see with it
Yeah.
is big, because you're moving backwards, you be able to see what's going on behind you. And that was something that we had always talked about. Remember, we talked about when, talking about flying backwards, you don't need a camera that'll turn all the way around. If the camera, if you're flying back, if you can see what's going on behind you, you don't
Yeah.
need a camera that can to turn all the way around.
You're 100% right because I got to experience the Air 3. I got to hold it in my hand. I got to see how it flies. I got
Mhm.
to hear the motors. I got to see the Air 3 work. And I can say the Air 3 physically looks like a beefy version, like a brolic version of the Air 2S. It's slightly bigger, not by much. It's slightly wider and it's slightly heavier, but it looks like an Air 2S on steroids.
Okay.
Yo, John, be well, man. We appreciate you.
All
Happy
right.
New Year to you
New
and
Year,
your
man.
family.
We don't speak before that, but we gotta hook up, man.
Yeah, yeah. We be on your side all the time. We be passing through there.
Where John is at now? He's still on the same side of town?
I don't know. John, you still in the same area? We're not gonna say where, but where you saw me and Herman was like, oh shit, Lawrence and Herman. That area.
The
If you
same
still over there, let us
same
know,
side
man.
of town.
I need to go over there and do some FPV flying.
Should I pass through there every week? I'll be on that side of
Mm-hmm.
town tomorrow. So I gotta go to Precision.
Okay. Yeah, let us know if you're still over there, man. We
I also
appreciate you,
gotta
John.
pass by the field too.
Yeah, we have to do that. I agree. I haven't been over there since after the season. He says he's still over there. Let him know.
All right. You remember that 1 year, Lawrence, after the
I need a rooftop flight.
were you there that year, Lawrence?
Hmm.
We just hung out by the no,
Oh,
you
he's in Bay Ridge.
no,
Where?
you weren't there that year. We hung out by the field
No,
after the trip.
no.
Yeah, that one was a mess.
Oh, John says he's but in Bay Ridge by the Verrazano. Off axis. What's good,
Okay.
man? How are you? Hope all is well, Marcel.
I
How's
did
the
not want
health?
to be the guy to clean up all them beer bottles.
Oh, damn. We planned something shortly. I'm not even gonna say shortly after the new year because the year is over now. A week will be gone when you go like that.
Yeah,
Definitely, we'll plan something.
before you know it. Yeah, Lawrence, the vision, like I
The
said,
Air 3 you were
the
saying.
vision, yeah, the vision assist is big. You know, and the digital zoom,
Do
being
you
able to
know?
use
Go
that
ahead, keep
scroll
going.
wheel, your 12 megapixels, those, but being able to zoom in and out, that is good. That's big. What features stand out to you other than that and the this one here. The fact that this
Promenade.
thing here, um what was it here? Oh yeah. I didn't know that it didn't have that. The battery, the auto well, it optimized the battery discharge.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
until the battery discharge on these drones is the same way it was on
On the Phantom where you could set it.
the what do you call it? Light bridge and the OcuSync 2 on the well, I guess that's just the Go 4 app because I don't know I did you were able to do it with the Mavic too, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's the Go
The
4 app.
Mavic 3. I had thought that it was proprietary to just the Mavic 3 series, but apparently I was wrong. The Air
No.
3 and the Mini, no, the Air 3 and the Mini 4 have it. And
What?
you want to hear that vision sensor thing, but you want
No,
to
I'm
hear
not
what's
talking
funny?
about that. I'm talking about optimizing your battery
Oh,
charge.
I couldn't tell you the
You can't
discharge on the
optimize your
batteries. I don't think they
battery
do.
discharge any better than you could with the Go 4 app and the Fly
You're
app.
right.
The Go 4 and the what was that, the Go app. Because in those apps, you can set your discharge time for how many days or how much time you wanted
I
it.
got you, John.
All right.
He's saying we got to do something before the 18th of January because he's going for knee surgery. They're going to put in a prosthetic.
Uh-oh. Why you gotta say it like that, bro?
Well,
Damn.
well, he'll be
Like
walking
you
like
get
the
knee replacement,
he'll
John?
be walking like the mummy for a while, and then he'll be back to salsa, doing the salsa
John, you get
before
knee
you
re-
know it.
I got a plan, Lawrence,
What's that?
to what do you call it? To prolong the knee replacement.
Oh no.
What?
And that is,
Oh, I'll talk to you about it off camera.
oh, okay. All right, John, be easy, man. I'll try and get in touch with you before then because the excavators are out in Rockaway every weekend. Except next week is going to be cold as hell. I'll be lucky if yeah, I'll be lucky if I look at a drone next week.
He said, well.
Anyway, back to this holiday deal for
Said,
this
well.
holiday improvement for
Yeah,
the
I was
Air
asking
3.
you about the features that stand out to you on this thing, other than the vision sensor,
That's
and
the only thing. That's the only thing I cared
that's the
about.
only thing.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because now you know every drone that DJI comes out with from this point on, minus the mini series,
Uh-huh.
should have these type of sensors. Unless I expect the next mini they come out with to have these sensors and be able to do the same thing. Hey, Jim's droning. What's up?
So the thing with the sphere on the panoramas in the medium telephoto camera,
Yeah.
that don't mean nothing to the guy that shoots panoramas.
No, I don't use the zoom. I don't use the zoom on the Mavic 3 Classic when it first came out had 3 times zoom. I didn't even know. And then they bumped it up, did an upgrade. They did upgrade the software, and now it has a 5 times zoom. I
I
used it.
said
Maybe I can count on one hand how many times I used the zoom.
I'm talking about in doing your panoramas that you like doing.
I wouldn't zoom. I wouldn't use the zoom.
I'm not talking about Zoom.
I, I don't know. There's nothing out there other than the vision sensor because I showed someone those vision sensors on their drone, Herman, and they immediately turned it off and went back to no map. And I was like, okay, let me walk away slowly.
Okay. I mean, it could be a bit much for some people, but I figured you'd like the sphere panoramas
I
for the
know people who
medium.
use them. I've never been successful with them.
What for the panoramas for
The Spear panoramas. I have yet to ever do one. Every time I've tried, there's been some screw up or another, or it wasn't ready in firmware, so I don't do them.
well, maybe doing the upgrade on the app and it might work better now on your drone.
You know, I'm going to take your advice and do that because the last time I flew, which was last week, they asked me to do an update. Wow.
Woo.
I'm a zoomer. I hope the rest of your show goes good. I have to cut the Bluetooth. Just ran out of battery. Matt Bagwell, be well,
The
man.
vision positioning and the obstacle
Photo zoom on Mini 4 now.
sensing
Jim's
switch. What
Droner.
happened?
Jim's Droner.
What
Photo
happened?
zoom on Mini 4. And you know what's messed up about that? They
What?
don't have photo zoom on the Mavic 3 Classic.
They don't have what?
Photo zoom. I cannot zoom on photos, only in video on the Mavic 3 Classic. But that's okay because I don't use the zoom much anyway.
Uh-huh. You can't tap on it. It doesn't
Nope,
bring
there's
up
no zoom on a Mavic 3 Classic. There is no zoom in photo mode.
oh, that's because that's right, because you don't have the what do you call it?
Telephoto lens.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, I don't have the
But
telephoto
even with
lens.
the all right.
Does anyone have any? info on how Aaron Rodgers is doing. He passed like it at Drone Phantom. I don't know what's happening. I wanted my Avata there, but it was raining in Rockaway. See? Hey, Jody,
Have
what's good, Frank Rizzo? You should have hit me up, Angel. I wanted to go. What's up, Frank Rizzo? That means you're driving home on your
mhm.
burner account. Please be safe. Don't get caught texting. Don't text, period.
Who?
It
Frank
may
Rizzo or
change.
John Olson?
Jim Droning says it may change. I don't think so because the Classic does not have any of those telephoto lenses, and that software is designed to work around those telephoto cell phone lenses. The
Uh,
Mavic 3 only has the 4/3 sensor.
yeah, but you do have the Zoom and
Hey,
video, right?
Scott. I have Zoom and video, yes. Like I said, when I first got the Mavic 3, it only had 3 times Zoom. And over an update, which they didn't even mention, one of
I
those updates now I can zoom in 5 times.
the Mavic 3 is okay. I mean, the Zoom works well on it. I just think that when they did the whole upgrade with the Pro after they dropped the Pro, I think that everything got a little better with the standard, the Mavic 3 standard,
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of times what happens is guys get to thinking all these other drones are coming out after,
Mm-hmm.
all these other drones are coming out after it, and where are they going with the Maverick 3? What's gonna happen with the Maverick 3? What's gonna happen? When's the 4 coming out? It's been out now, been a minute. You know that what is it, next November? That's what, 3 years?
Yeah, already.
See how time fly? Time be flying real quick, man. When you fly it.
This is true. Dinner time. Happy New Year. God bless America. Hope all is well. Enjoy your new year if I don't see or hear from you. See you guys around
But what do
on
you
Facebook, I guess, or Instagram and or
do you even
LinkedIn.
like this Air 3, Lawrence? I mean,
What happened?
do you
Do
even
I
like
like it? You want to know what? Because I like the Air
it?
2S and it's just a beefed up version to me, size wise and physical. Well, obvious it's better because there's more than one camera in it. Um,
Mm,
yes, I do, but I would not buy it because I'm waiting for the Air 3S.
that's what it is.
Yes. And just like the Mavic 3 Classic, they'll probably put one camera on the Air 3S and say, boom, here with a bunch of features. But that's what
That's
I'm waiting for.
that'd be interesting because the Air 3 to me, right? I kind of thought that when the talk first started on this drone,
Mm-hmm.
the first and all the guys that thought that they knew but they didn't know no shit,
Yeah,
really thinking that they would have advanced on the 1 inch sensor on that drone.
right.
But I think that they might have gotten a deal in the technology on the those sensors. And
Like you usually do when you buy them by the billions.
no, I just look at it and say, well, but I find that drone for drone, right?
Yeah.
Image quality has gotten much better on almost everything
Oh, most no doubt.
because you're looking at the sensor size that these same size sensors, being smaller, were on drones that were out already. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So when you start getting into like, do we need that size sensor? I think that everything is getting smaller and
Yep.
smaller. Remember when I told you about uh the the power of certain things,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's becoming a situation where not only the manufacturer is, or not so much the manufacturer, but the regulators and as well as the manufacturers have said that does the consumer really need that much?
Right.
And can we dial it back? That has been done across the board forever in business. And
Right. Not just DJI.
you look at you look at technology, right? Okay. Back in 1970 something, right? Look at the automobile.
Right.
We put a 500 friggin' motor, 450 underneath the hood to give you 100 horsepower. You know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Big 5 liter motor to give you 175 to 100 horsepower. Do you know with the technology today, if you gave somebody a big 5 liter motor, how much horsepower we can make?
Welcome back, Mark.
You know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
We put
Yeah.
wings on the thing. We put wings on it, then we might be able to get flight.
That's true.
So the technology, yeah, the technology. The technology is gotten better. So you're looking at these drones, right? You're looking at the minis and all this. Look at the mini. You can't look at the damn camera. You can't even see the damn sensor. We look at it. You look at a camera. Because remember back in the day, the big 35 millimeter camera. You can see the camera when it open. You
Mm-hmm.
that little tiny sensor. You can't even see what's going on inside there now. The technology, the image quality has gotten better, better and better and better and better, better in image quality.
And it will
That's what I say
definitely.
to you.
Hmm?
You look at displacement. There's no substitution for it. So what they've done with technology and in software, they've gotten better with image quality.
Right.
You do that with some of the larger size sensors now, man, believe me, you'd be able to listen. Where they're
Listen.
going with image quality, full frame sensor, soon you'd be able to see what somebody's thinking.
Well, it's funny. It's funny that you mention that because it's almost at that point now with the Zoom. I mean, people used to actually have to fly to the edge of Manhattan to get video or pictures. Now they're staying in Brooklyn and Queens as intended
Mm-hmm.
and zooming in and still getting these same shots. The technology is changing dramatically and it's going to keep changing. That's my thing is DJI, you said earlier during the stream, DJI is still selling and conducting business in New York in the United States like they're not even banned.
Well, they're not. I'm just saying to you is that it it would be a shame that something like that is banned, and if it's banned I'm like, for what reason? You know, it the only thing else that it could ever think is like you just don't want consumers to have it because none of
Well,
the
yeah, that's
companies,
what Skydio did
none
and a few other companies.
right.
Hmm. Interesting.
Because who loses? You have the money to go buy a $10,000 drone to do what you're doing?
Not the average drone pilot, no.
No,
Hey, Quick Cat.
no. So I don't know what that is. I don't know what it's about. I mean, other than the money, we know it's about that.
True.
Sad. It's sad. It's sad.
Yes, I agree with you.
Um,
String me along, DJI. You know, yeah. Yeah, like the mummy. Everyone's going
no,
emo
it's not.
tap.
It's
Yeah.
not DJI. I mean, DJI's put out some pretty good products. Um,
And they put out something at every creator's level
well, that's what they are.
from a
Now
handheld.
consumers create a for creative content.
Yeah. Yeah, but they've done everything from the updating their handhelds to their Ronins and everything in between.
You know, it's sad. But anyhow, like I was saying,
Hmm.
along with the firmwares and stuff like that, also an update and firmware talking about with the RC2, because the RC2 needed to be able to transfer its screen recording and its screen captures a little bit more easier than before. So
I never knew it was an issue.
neither did I. I mean, I guess that now it's on, you can go from the SD card, you can to, I guess you can transfer it via, I mean, listen, I thought that you just pop the SD card out. That's how the other one was. That's how I did it with the other one. You pop the SD card out and boom bow. With the what is that? The RC Pro, the RC Pro functions as a hard drive.
Hmm.
Once I plug it into the computer
It's
sees
see
it
it.
as a hard drive, boom, bow, grab the screen recording and it's done.
Right. We don't have that issue. We don't have that problem with the
So
RC Pro.
with the other controller, the one without the antennas, I know that one I would have to plug it into, no, took the SD card out. Took the SD card out with the screen recordings on it and put it into the computer.
I don't even take the SD card out of mine. It stays in. It's probably welded in there by now.
On which drone? Which controller?
No, on my RC.
Which one?
No, RC Pro
That's what
controller.
I'm talking about. Not the RC Pro. The other controller.
Oh, the RC.
The
No,
regular
I only
regular
have the old.
RC.
I have the RC controller. I have that one, and I have as a backup to my
Right.
RC Pro.
What I'm saying to you is that when I transfer the screen recordings
Right,
to the computer, you just pop the SD card out and put it into the computer.
right. That's usually how I do things, but that's Santa didn't bling me one. Guess I'll have to go get one.
What?
Jack Rabbit, if you're gonna get a Mavic and you do a lot of zooming, then that would be, or you're concerned about zooming, go ahead and get one with a zoom
Oh,
or
okay.
high speed.
Well, that would be the Pro because kind of hard to find the standard right now.
Yeah, yeah. You mean a classic?
No, the standard.
Oh, the standard, yeah. Yeah, the standard Mavic 3 has been pushed aside, seems to have
That's gonna be
disappeared in
hard to find.
advertising and everything.
That's going to be very hard to find. I've seen them, but refurbished. So
Yeah.
it's going to be
But
hard.
you haven't seen anything new. I
There
haven't
might be
either.
some out there.
I do like the 70 millimeter because of the depth of field, Mark
That's
says.
all of them. What is it raining?
Oh, well, I know it's raining out here now. Yeah. It's actually coming down pretty hard.
Who told them it could rain?
It's supposed to rain from tonight all the way till tomorrow, bro.
I don't know who told them to do that. But anyhow, Lawrence, yeah, this the controller, like I said, it's got to be upgrade. It makes it easier for you to be able to export your screen recordings and your screenshots
Right.
to your micro SD card. I didn't this was a little strange to me because I thought it had no problems before.
Like I said, I didn't think there was an issue only because I take my SD card out anyway. If I record it to the controller, that's only because my SD card is full. But other than that, I had no idea there was an issue, like you said. I really didn't. Do
Right, but
you
you
get
wouldn't. You would need to transfer it on the what you call it, the RC Pro. Only with this controller was having
Okay.
had that issue.
All
So like
right.
I said,
Well,
it
I'm glad
makes
they
it
fixed it.
easier for them to utilize your active, what is it, your like I said, the vision assist and
Mm-hmm.
the active track 360 made it so this controller makes it easier for you to do that, especially after doing the firmware update.
Okay.
Now, I saw a price listed in an article for this thing for $410. Now, that was the price that I saw on Amazon.
Right.
On DJI's website, it's still $369 for the DJI RC 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Which runs on the new OcuSync, which only runs right now the Mini 4 and the Air 3.
You know what's funny? I'm talking about that in these in this RC2. Have you noticed that a lot of the conversation has gone away from the what is that, the RCN2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Wonder what they're gonna do with those.
Well, they should be up to about the third floor of building a house with all of those damn controls.
Yeah, right. I could see them giving them out with minis, but now
Giving
they've already sold the RC
Well, a
with the
lot of the
mini.
deals that you get on these drones are coming with
Have
those.
that controller. Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that.
Except there
Hey,
was
Jody, what's
one
good,
with
man?
the
How are
there
you?
was a deal for the holidays with the RC 2.
Okay.
Yeah, we had mentioned that last week.
Right.
Oh, I can't see.
What happened?
No, I said I can't see.
Oh,
Oh, what is it? 613?
yes.
Well, anyhow, Lawrence, it's Wednesday night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on Wednesday night we have this little live stream called Wednesday Night with those guys.
Yeah.
And Wednesday Night with those guys is sponsored by
Those
those
guys.
guys.
Salute. Big Matt.
What days, everyone?
Happy holiday, Big Matt. And everyone out there. Happy New Year to
Big
you.
Matt, what's good, man?
Jody's home.
Jack Rabbit, Scott,
Mark
Lawrence.
says he doesn't use those stupid vision sensors. Mark, let me give you some advice. During
Ah,
the day, hold on a sec. During the day, I don't use them. You know when I use the vision sensors at night? Because during the day, everything that's light is dark. Everything that's dark is light. But at nighttime, whatever's dark is light. It's the exact opposite. And
on
I
the
could
Vision
actually,
Assist.
huh?
On Vision Assist, not the
On Vision Assist, yes. Yes, on Vision Assist. Try using them at night and doing an orbit around something when there's smokestacks around. You'll learn to appreciate it. Trust me.
Mhm.
And you have to do orbit between your subject and the smokestack. You will see it a lot cleaner.
So if you can see it, right?
I try to keep mine in line of sight also, but once I know I start
So if
an
you
orbit,
so
huh?
if you can see it right through the vision sensor, right?
Yes.
You remember when I I had a conversation with a certain gentleman on the rooftop of a building
Mm-hmm.
in Red Hook, and I was saying that the sensors on these drones only can see what they want you to see right now. The
Right.
ability for that sensor to see anything else will come when the market can bear the price for you to be able to see it
I
already
remember the conversation. We were on the
at that
rooftop
price.
and yeah, I remember.
And I was told that that's not true. You don't know what you're talking about.
And now look
The
at the
fact that
sensors.
you can actually see that well through that sensor means that that sensor can see.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what does everybody tell you about? And then DJI also tells you this about the sensor too.
But
Their
you
sensors don't do what at night? They at
see
night.
at night.
What
The
happens? Those
sensors
sensors,
don't see at night.
obstacle avoidance turns off, right?
Right. Obstacle
But that
avoidance doesn't
sensor
see at night,
can
but the
still
obstacle,
see because you can use it to see.
exactly. But I do see these drones with that vision sensor, that new vision sensor thing. I do see DJI, other than the mini series coming out with all their new drones coming out with this vision assist,
Mm-hmm.
this vision sensor.
Mm-hmm.
And I can guarantee you it has probably stopped a few people from hitting things. I just didn't know my drone moves so violently when I'm moving to the side and stuff, and it stops and you see it go, you know?
You know what's funny about all this vision assist and these sensors and stuff like that?
Hmm.
You know the robots at the supermarket and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, they can.
Oh, you know they get frustrated too.
What, when you surround them with shopping carts? Oh, okay, I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm not that messed up. Just keep stepping in front of him. Watch what he does. Watch what he does. It'll stop and make some funny noise, and then try to
Yeah,
go around you, or it'll just sit there for a minute and wait for you to move.
Big Matt said I got a big surprise, got a deal on the drone of my dreams. It will
Uh-oh.
be here tomorrow in
Uh-oh.
the next couple of weeks. It'll be here tomorrow in the next couple of weeks. It'll be here in the next couple of weeks.
Matt, you
Congratulations. I don't
Inspire
know what
3?
that is, what drone that is, but I'm glad that you pulled the trigger.
Matt, you bought an Inspire 3.
So let me find out. Inspire 3, I'm thinking, hmm, you brought an enterprise drone.
He
What?
said
What'd you get?
out of his dreams,
How much could I
he
sell a
shows
Mavic 3
video and
for? Which
pictures.
version? Which version, Mark? He wants to know how much he could sell a Mavic 3 for. Depends on the version. Slightly less than whatever it costs for a refurb. Matt says, big surprise, Herman. Oh, I know what it is. He brought Air Peaks. A P4. Jody says you brought a P4. No, because Big Mac should
What?
still have his Pig 4, not the 3. It's not the Air 3. Good, good, good,
No.
good. He says it's not the 3. So,
What
all right.
3?
So he might be right on that Inspire 3, Herman.
He said it's not the 3. The 3 what? Inspire 3?
Not the 3, not the Inspire 3, not the Air 3. What? It's,
Which 3? Which 3
and,
is it?
and talking to Matt ain't always easy because you'd be like, yo, what you doing? Nothing.
Which 3 isn't it?
Yeah, which one isn't it, Matt? Is it not the Inspire 3 or is it not the Air 3? Because those are the only threes out there. We definitely can talk about the Phantom 3. Huh?
I know it wasn't the Air 3.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't think so either. Matt's a one-inch sensor guy like us. So
No, I'm just saying, I don't see anything wrong with the Air 3. I just didn't see Matt buying the Air 3 and having the Mini and having you know what I mean?
oh, drone only. Mark, you still didn't tell us what model it is.
Who?
He says, how much could he sell a Mavic 3 for? Just a drone. We
Oh,
need to know what the model is. And I could probably tell you.
does he
Quick
know?
cat, that I will disperse that fake rumor about the Mavic 4 later on. There is no Mavic 4 coming out. Sorry to burst your bubble.
The Mavic
We'll,
4,
we'll
that'll
talk.
be out next
We'll,
week.
no, we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about
That
it later on the stream.
the Mavic 4, that's coming out next
He
week.
said it's a big 2. It's a big 2, he says.
A big 2.
Big Matt says, question mark, it's a big 2.
Oh Lord, no.
Yeah, the only reason I'm asking you, Mark, is because if it's the Pro
Uh-huh.
or the Sin, that makes a difference.
What? What?
Oh shit. Off access said Detello, Big Mac.
Hello too?
The Detello too. Oh shit.
That's a good drone right there. The Tello too.
Mm-mm-mm. Inspire. He's not gonna reveal. We're gonna have to, and he's not gonna say anything either because he's gonna have it for about a month before he even shows a picture of it. You know
Well,
that, right?
I well, he said it's a two, so I don't know. I'm thinking Evolve two.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm talking about, Lawrence?
Yeah, yeah. He's laughing now. Big Matt's laughing. Okay.
Well,
Detello too.
no, the Evolve.
Yeah, I remember the Evolve too. They are up to the Evolve too.
That well, they're not up to three yet. So
The deal on an Inspire 2, Jim's Droning says. You'll
act.
see. But see,
Well,
yeah,
you
now
know what? You
imagine
could
this.
be right because that was something that he did want for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But then here we go back to the Light Bridge
Yeah,
two.
yeah, yeah.
But that is a drone you could get a good deal on right now with the.
Warren says maybe a Reaper too. Oh, GoPro Karma too.
There was no need for
I'm
that.
done. There was no need to even make a GoPro Karma too.
There was almost no need to make a GoPro Karma.
Listen, when I saw, Herman, that you could take the camera out
Uh-huh.
of the holder and
Hmm.
and use it as a selfie stick, I'm like, that's not going to work.
That that's
That
not
was
a
the best feature of the drone.
that's not a turn off.
It was for me.
That's not a turn off.
It was for me.
The body of the drone was left to be desired, but
Off
that was
access don't even say that around here. Jody says, I like my Tello.
what was wrong with the what don't say what around here? Who are you talking to?
But Mark was saying off access, don't even say that around here. Hey, the Phantom's still good with Lightbridge. You're right. You're 100% right. Mark says Karma. Don't say the GoPro Karma.
Oh.
It said car, and
Well,
that's
you know
it.
they had no business making a drone, so Karma knocked that shit out the sky.
I remember seeing one many years
You know what
after.
that is?
What?
Here we got a drone company and a camera company.
Hmm.
Hmm. Let's go over here and get cameras, put on our drones. We'll figure out how to make a camera now. We don't need your cameras. Okay. So now I've got drones with my own camera on it. I got a camera company over here, and now they got to make their way. So they made their way as an action camera, and they figured, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna make a drone. I'm gonna put my camera on.
Yeah.
And you know
Fail.
what? Somehow it's a lot easier to make you the vehicle than to create their own vehicle.
Hmm. Pretty much.
Whole lot easier to let you be the vehicle that carries the camera than to create a vehicle that carries the camera.
Pretty much.
They said, "Oh, now I respect DJI as gangster."
He only, oh, oh, yeah.
You know what?
Jody says he wants one of your Phantoms. I was like, he only has two. One of your
What,
Phantom 4s, to be specific.
what happened? Who said what?
Jody was saying he wants one of your Phantom 4s. Let's see, he putting the Dukes up. Get ready. He's ready to fight for him.
All
Hey,
right,
I
don't
fly
worry.
my Tello in the house. Well, in
You know
about a
what's good for
in
flying in
about
the
a week,
house?
I'll have my drone to fly
The Mini
inside too.
2.
What happened?
The Mini 2 is good for inside the house.
Mini 2 is good for Dustin.
No, because like the Tello, right? When the Tello gets out into the hallway, you lose transmission.
Oh, but where you really? So
Yeah.
can you go from where you sit there to over the living room couch, down the hallway and through the kitchen with the
What
teller?
with the tele? Yeah, but you'll lose transmission once you get out into the hallway. But with the
With the
Mini
mini,
2,
with the mini, you don't.
you might have to go pick certain things up because
Like,
it just got blown over
okay, all
from the
right.
props.
Big Matt said, "Don't touch those phantoms." Hey Dan, what's up? How are you, man? Happy New Year, Dan. Hope all is well.
Damn.
Dan, I
Lawrence,
fix shit.
when it comes to these drones, man, I love a hard case. And every time I get a new drone, gotta stick it in a hard case.
Really?
Gotta stick it in a hard case. So my friends over there at Nanook, they gave me a coupon code to share with you guys for 10% off on all your
Yes.
Nanook needs. That is Phantom Flight 10 for 10% off on all your Nanook needs.
There you go.
There you go.
There you
10%.
go. There you go. Any purchase you make, and this is a real coupon code. Some guys be making shit up. This is a real one that Nanook sent them. Just thought I'd let you guys know that. You can see that on my camera, correct, Herman?
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. So don't forget Phantom Flight 10. Hey, Big Matt, you might be in the use and out looking for a case. I still want to know what the hell he got now,
Who?
what he
Oh,
ordered.
I know what he got. He got that inspired too.
That's what it is?
We spoke about that a while back, and he really wanted one. I know that's what it is.
Really?
It's got to be that. Can't
I
be
don't s-
nothing else.
I don't see Matt riding around on his e-bike with an Inspire 2. I could be wrong.
Okay, watch.
Huh. He said he said it's a 2 though, so possibility. I'm here under this channel. Here I will come in under this channel so people will understand
Well,
drone
you know what,
worship.
Big man? If you're gonna need
He said he's going to need a Nanook case. See,
hit me up. I might have something for you.
might have a user discount. Maybe.
I might be able to make a call for you
Yeah, Matt.
and hook something up.
I have the controller for the Tello. Wow.
Uh-oh.
No,
You know what? Talking about the Tello controller right here for the Tello.
Dan says he's going to have the Inspire 2 carrying him around. Dan, Big Matt is about 6'7".
Here you go.
About,
Take the controller for the Tello.
oh, that's the controller?
Uh-huh.
Really?
For the Tello?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Looks
can
like an
use it for
Xbox controller to me.
your PlayStation or whatever I think it is. One
Yeah,
of them.
see, Big Matt said the suitcase. You may be right, Herman.
Yeah, PS3.
Okay. You hear? You
Uh,
might be right. I have the Mavic 3 original and I'm going to sell it. Mavic 3 original. Well, while Herman talks, I will do some research.
on what it costs, on what it's worth. Give him give him $60 for it.
Hmm.
What year is it? You know it's
Mavic
funny. Don't
3.
don't laugh. The insurance company asks you that.
Oh no, yeah, they do. But hold on a second. I just clicked on the site. DJI Mavic 3 used. What condition is it? I'm gonna say like new. Let's see, like new. In fact, let me show
Mm,
you guys what I'm doing here.
like
Well,
new.
yeah, I'm gonna show
Mm.
you guys what I'm doing here. DJI Mavic 3 Classic. No, that I didn't want the
Well, I
classic, but
got his when around the same time I got mine.
okay.
So you're talking about first lot.
I want to see what they say about the classic. 1300, 1300.
Used?
Yeah, they bugging.
That's
What the hell
because
are
of
these
what put in
clowns?
there.
Mavic 3 Classic. I had put in a search for, is buying a used Mavic 3 a good idea? I'm trying to find, usually you can get a guesstimate price. Let me do some research, Mark, and I'll get to you on that. But expect, if you look up the price of one refurbished and you take a little off that
Mhm.
refurbished price, more than likely that's around your market.
Reviews.
You can look.
That's how I go.
Yeah, yeah. And I was told this
Little,
by someone in the drone game.
little
If you're
off the
selling a used drone,
refurb.
if you're selling a used drone, look up the price of a refurbished. Hey, JDS, how are you?
I'm looking for
Welcome
something.
to the stream.
Find it. I'll find it after the
Click
stream.
that like button,
Lawrence,
guys.
you know, we talk on this stream about a whole lot of things this year, and going through the year and covering almost everything from the drones that you fly to the drones you may be flying in someday.
He just said what he got, Herman.
Who?
And so you were right. Inspire 2 with the 5X5S camera and 4 batteries, ProRes license. We got
Okay.
a crazy deal on a robbery deal on one.
Uh-oh.
Congratulations, Matt.
Congratulations there, Matt.
Yes, sir.
It's a drone. A lot of people don't realize what how much. Ooh, damn. The camera quality on that thing, you know. Okay.
And 4 batteries, that's 2 trips.
Right down over there. Oh, ooh.
JDS also selling
Right
5 of
down
his
Flatbush
DJI drones.
Avenue.
In
We're
mint
not giving you
condition.
no ideas. But yeah, talking about what's going on over here. And if you look at the title of the stream, you
Hmm.
know, you're talking about breakthroughs. Well, navigating the skies, Lawrence, and the FAA and NASA has unveiled the top three breakthroughs, you know, for 2023. You know, it's impressive because you talk about capturing an entire year, and
A lot
basically
happened in
talking
this year.
about that's basically what they did was pretty much cover the whole damn year in the drone community. And sometimes we start getting into talking about drones, and we feel that the drone community only exists of what we fly,
Hmm.
and sometimes we don't like to correlate, you know, what we fly to where the world is going in this industry. And I
Right.
think that sometimes we try to we do like we know when a dog makes a mess or tears something up,
Hmm.
and he goes and he turns his head to the corner like, if I can't see you, you can't see me thing.
Yeah.
I think we have a tendency to do that in the drone community when it comes to where the future is in the world with flying objects,
Right.
and hope that it'll go away. you know,
Hey, Draymond.
I think we have a tendency to do that a little bit, and it's not happening. And you'll see based upon some of the things that they mentioned, you know, like I said, the advances not only um, you know, in UAS, but in also in AAM, which is advanced air mobility.
Yes.
You know, in the top three in UAS, one of the things that we spoke about a lot this year was the expanding of beyond visual line of sight.
Hmm.
There was a time where waivers were given
Max Air.
beyond visual line of sight, and there were certain standards and inspection that had to be done to be able to do it, to where now where companies like UPS and Zipline, Percepto, and UAVionics has changed the game
Mm-hmm.
for this waiver and have now gotten the exemptions for certain things. So we've seen that happen within just this last year, you know, with them being able to do, autonomous beyond visual line of sight flights. We've seen that happen just this year, and they've gotten those waivers. The streamlining of the of agricultural drone operations. We saw that happen just this year.
Right.
Under part 135, the streamlining of agricultural drones through the process of with was it low risk UAS agricultural operations. You
Mm-hmm.
know, those things were really significantly uh changes made to it this year, and made it easier for those type of operations to take place. And as you know, because we talk about this so much, but the advancement of air traffic management,
Yeah.
NASA made significant progress, I should say, progress in UAS traffic management. NASA has what is it? They've like I said, with their plans for their advanced capability and engineers, and
Okay.
for responders, first responders, these are some of the things that you know that they've done that made it a lot easier for first responders and people in that work in the search and rescue, um the fire department. They made it a lot easier for them to be able to operate. Some of the things that NASA wants to do with drones and in the airspace,
Right.
we talked about it here, and we talked about the traffic management systems and stuff like that, and how they plan to do things and roll it out. And I think that they're still themselves in the middle of getting that worked out. But NASA has made I remember when they got involved in the whole thing a couple of years ago.
Right.
And now, you know, what do you think, Lawrence, as far as their advanced capability for their emergency responders operations? They've been able to make it a lot easier, like I said, for them to be able to operate. Not
Well,
only them, but for other operations as well.
Well, other than the major step they took with beyond visual line of sight, that's what was holding back the FAA to begin with, as far as progressing with air taxis, et cetera, et cetera. Somebody had to get on the line and do what it took to make sure that beyond visual line of sight was achievable. They proved it in other countries, and I've said this for a while, Herman. The FAA has been bullshitting when it comes to getting this stuff processed. But like you said, in the last year to year and a half, we've seen more advancements for UTMs, unmanned traffic management systems, as well as advanced air mobility. So UTMs, all of this stuff is finally coming to fruition. Now,
I
as
don't
far,
think, not to cut you up, but
go ahead.
I don't think that they were really bullshitting as far as getting
They
it done.
weren't, but I say they
Here,
were.
here in the United States, there's a lot of regulatory standards involved because of the simple fact is that everything has to be right. And if it's not right, you open the door for a lot of lawsuits, not only from the general public, but other in industry as well. You know, these other companies will sue you too.
We're going to talk about that later on, Bill. If you're still here, you might want to hear about that Japanese company.
Um, so I just think that as far as you talking about beyond visual line of sight, I
No,
until you have the Reauthorization Act, you're still
yeah.
only going to be operating on the old rules, and they're going to be having the waiver and the waiver and the waiver and the waiver.
But see, getting back to what you were talking and also answering your question, if you're operating a drone under 55 pounds, you're more or less stuck within the limits of a Part 107 operator. And it could take as little as 30 days to get authorization to fly. But anything higher than 55 pounds, you're going to have, and for delivery, you're going to have to apply for that Part 137 that everyone else, all of these companies are applying for.
Oh well, you know, and you talk about an advanced air mobility.
Yeah.
We have seen the air taxi operations, you know,
Happy New Year,
that,
Bill.
that started to take off just this year.
Yes.
We've seen the strides that some of these companies that went public a couple of years ago have made. The deals are in place for these things just as soon as everybody has met their standards, their regulatory standards.
Right. And we saw several testing done here in New York
You
with,
know, the FAA released its urban air mobility uh concept of operation, so there's a plan, there's a process involved to be able to get that thing certified and airworthy. And it takes time. And we have a few companies that are stakeholders in that, and I guess in time that will happen, you know. You know, they also have they have these strange names for some of these plans and stuff that they have was in Innovate 28 plan.
right.
Back in July, the FAA released its Innovate 28 plan to what I guess was a roadmap, right? A
Yeah. It's
roadmap,
basically a blueprint. You're
right? A
100% right.
roadmap to routine advanced air mobility operations, and this was to take place by 2028. So it's a slow rollout for all of these things that we're gonna see happen. Slow rollout. Also you're talking about UTM field tests. Well, once again, NASA. NASA's involved in this, and they're involved in it big because they have a location that they've have site picked out for real world UAS traffic management operations.
Mm-hmm.
And with that and the information that is gained and the technology that they've learned and stuff, their learning curve that they've gotten past, with the information that is gained from their location in Nevada. Um, I guess that going forward, we should be okay with the FAA. What do you think?
Is they're doing what they're supposed to. It's just a matter of making room and
28,
making
26,
things happen.
28. You're going to see it happening.
Yeah, well, it is. Zipline and these guys have beyond visual line of sight. They're already making drone deliveries in the
Right.
southeastern
They've
part of the United
gotten
States.
waivers to do certain things, but nothing is in stone and concrete until you got that reauthorization act.
True. That is true.
They come up with what they're going to do there, we'll know what's going to happen. But, one of the other things that was a big talk this year, and it was remote ID. And, you know, one of the things that guys talked about the most was, and it seemed like everybody was like, I'm not, a lot of talk back and forth about remote ID and people
Mhm.
being able to see a drone in an app. Well, one of the things that we wanted to talk about tonight was just that.
Remote
And,
ID. I got to experience it. Yes.
with this drone scanner app, um, Lawrence was conducting a little experimental test, playing around.
Correct.
Yeah. But I will let Lawrence take it away and let him explain to you what he wants to show you here tonight.
Okay. For those of you who were worried about these apps out there that tell where the drone pilot is and oh, they're giving up this information and that information. I was out flying with
They
someone
give it up.
and I what happened?
They give up your information.
Oh, yes. Okay. Let me share the screen. And this was the app that I was using here called Drone Scanner. Now, for months, this program has not worked. I recently got two updates, and I believe those updates are slow with remote ID coming into effect or being in effect for a while. They finally caught up.
No
And
module needed.
I actually have photos of what I was able to see. I crossed out the gentleman's, of course, remote ID numbers to protect him. But the red dot here you see on the screen is the drone. The yellow dot is the
No, we
pilot.
don't see that.
And the blue dot was me
No, we
because
don't
I
see
was
that.
obvious. What happened?
We're not seeing that.
You're not seeing it.
No.
Are you serious? Okay. All right, hold on. Let me go back here, here. There we go. Now do you see it? Give me 3 seconds.
There we
Two.
go.
Okay. Like I said, I crossed out the gentleman's remote ID numbers, and the red pin right here was his drone. The
Mhm.
yellow marker was him, and the blue dot was me. Of course, I was standing closer. Had I been in a park here somewhere or something like that, you would still see the same situation. Where you're watching
He was
from,
standing in the water.
he would know. You zoom in, he was right on the ledge there. The drone
Wow.
was out in the water. But from what it shows, I noticed 60, he was broadcasting at minus 61 decibels
Hmm.
a minute ago. This was the other screen. There were two screens. This little tab you slide up. Now
Hmm.
keep in mind, this is my first time seeing this app work. And since I downloaded the app, I could not find a drone or see anything. But since the last few updates, it seems to be working. Now, if you slide this tab up on the screen, this would be the next screen you see here. There is no information about the pilot, only his remote ID and his location number.
Where's his location?
Location is actually further right here, distance
Go down,
from
go down,
me.
scroll down, scroll down.
In
To his
in
location number.
his location is down here from me
No, he's
in
doing
longitude,
no, no.
latitude. I kind of clipped it here.
Oh, okay.
But this is his location
It
here now.
shows his longitude, latitude. That's what I expected it to show.
Right. It's not
For
going
them
to
to
say,
find you, they gotta now put that into their phone and now try to find you that way.
well,
If
not so
anybody is
much.
really that worried,
Not really.
if
Because if you look at,
anybody is that worried about who can find you and who can't
yeah,
find you.
right. But what I'm saying is not exactly because this blue dot represents me. So if I was in this park here, I would see that he's standing over here in this area.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But
It would
in
still give
general,
you the same lines of longitude and latitude.
yes, it would. Yes, it would give me the same lines of longitude and latitude. But they don't have any other information here. 2 minutes and 35 seconds before I took the screenshot, I saw him first, and then it takes random pings of the drone that's in the air. It
Oh,
also shows UAV type, helicopter or multi-rotor. His serial number is not here. I guess that would work for law enforcement, but the remote ID's there. I don't see anything
excuse me.
to really worry about. And someone said, well, what if Karen or someone malicious were to download this app
Uh-huh.
and to rob people? Well,
Karen's gonna rob you?
I doubt exactly. That was my point. Hey, Lake Pilot, what's up? That was my
Karen's too
point.
busy with her false sense
Aaron's too busy calling the police to
of
see if she can
paranoia
get you in trouble.
to be robbing you.
Right, right, right. But I don't and the guy that I took it from the picture of, he was like, well, what about the guys that are malicious? I said, well, first of all, if there's someone out there stealing people's drones, you got to do a lot of work to sell a drone. You got to know what kind of drone it is. You have to know where you can sell it, et cetera, et cetera. Thieves are some may think they're smart,
Well,
but most of them are dumb. They don't want to do the work. They want easy stuff.
I'm not gonna say that it won't happen and it
True,
couldn't happen.
true. This is
Anything
true.
could be sold. Anything could be sold.
Yes, this
I
is true.
find that we fly on the streets of New York sometimes, or we have been for years.
Yes.
If you were gonna
Brooklyn
get
Jimmy.
robbed, I think it would have happened already, or somebody would have made that attempt. And there isn't a time when I'm not out where that is not a thought in the back of my mind. So that it could happen. Somebody could make an attempt. Um, I don't
Well,
have
Brooklyn Jimmy says that
I don't have the
Karen,
paralyzer here with me, Lawrence,
yeah, yeah, the ching.
to show
Right. We
anybody the paralyzer.
but Brooklyn Jimmy has a point. Karen won't rob you. Robbie will.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm not worried about
Unfortunately,
Robbie too
I
much either.
I don't even think it will be that much to that extreme, and I'm going to tell you why. The average thief in New York, if they have to work too hard to get what they're getting, it may not be worth it.
That's why in certain places where I fly, when Lawrence and I are operating, I always tell Lawrence, let's take everything that we need out of the car because we cannot come back to the car. Because
Yes,
once they see what you're doing and
you're moving back
go
and forth
back
to the
to the
car.
car, that's where they're gonna get it from. They may not walk up to you and get it from you. They're gonna go and break your car window first.
Right.
That's easier. There's no confrontation with a car window.
Jim Stroney says, after I break your legs and you can still walk, take my drone. I agree with you. You should see what we call the shishing. Herman, you got it laying around somewhere?
Around here somewhere.
Huh? You should see what we call the shishing. And when Herman and I are working, whether it's construction or flying recreationally, one is usually spotting.
Paralyzers on site
One is usually
in case.
spotting for the other, and paramedics are close
The
for you,
paralyzers
for
are
your sake.
the paralyzers are real close
Oh yes, yes, definitely.
because
Definitely.
it's not gonna stop when you go down.
That's true because we've seen guys, shady characters walk by and take a look, and trust me, if you put your hand out like this, it will get knocked down.
It's not gonna stop when you go down either.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Oh, you're on the
But
ground saying stop, stop. No, it's too late. It's, it's too late. I'm sorry. The
but
guys to worry about this are the ones who are paranoid about drones. That guy will have the app. Yes, exactly, Quick Cat. The guy who's paranoid about drones and thinks they're looking in his window. Oh, right, the Ken.
nah, I didn't worry about him neither. But
We
you know
don't
what?
worry.
I did want to talk about Lawrence.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a Japanese company out there, right?
Yes. Coming to the
Japanese
United
base,
States.
Japanese base ACSL has the Sultan drone. Well, the Sultan drone, they say the first batch has arrived here in the United States, from
Yep.
what I'm understanding.
From Japan.
This is a company, like I said, from Japan that, launched back in 2021. And this drone is not bad. I looked at this drone here.
Yeah,
According to ACSL, sounds like a government agency.
I know.
Um, they are. Watch this one. NDAA compliant.
Here in the States.
Yeah, made in Japan.
Yes, yes, yes. Now keep
So
in
I
mind,
guess you can be compliant depending on where you're
what is
manufacturing.
it? ACSL? What are the name of them? Whatever the name
It's
is,
ACSL. Yes, it's a government
ACSL.
agency. No, they don't take care of your children. They don't send you milk money for the children.
They
Um,
are here in the United States via Japan, and according to them, they
yeah,
are the #1 drone maker in Japan.
yeah, according to them. But what I was saying to you, and what thing the thing about this drone is that why when they're talking about NDAA compliant,
Hmm.
it has a one safety feature that you might find that is interesting. The fact that before you capture any video or photo, you can encrypt this video.
Yep.
You choose to opt in on this option. It's optional for you to encrypt your photos and your video before recording or taking any of the pictures. That is one thing that sets them apart from their competition. And I guess this is
There
kind
is
of
one other thing, Herman.
straight ahead at DJI. There's a lot of things about this drone that I find that goes straight ahead and competes with DJI. And it is something that was said, and it's something that Autel also tried, um, which I think was a good idea until the people really get into the fact that the price of your drone when you purchase it is the camera.
Yes, yes,
You're
yes.
talking about a drone that has swappable payloads. You buy one body, and I believe that you can go back and forth
You can swap
from
cameras.
a
Actually,
multispectral camera
I have the site here.
to
Go ahead, keep
with the
talking.
specs, from a multispectral camera to a what do you call it? To
You have a one inch,
multispectral to your regular 1 inch censored
you have
camera
a 1 inch sensor, a multispectral, you have a
and the camera.
IR remote. This is their standard controller right here. It comes with a backpack and set. Now keep in mind, these camera, you see these
Mhm.
notches right here? What I like about this, the camera does mount. Different camera payloads do mount in the bottom, but these screws here are for mounting a camera on top. So you
As
can do,
well as another one for the bottom as well, right?
yes, for the
Because
bottom as well. So you can do
and
vertical inspections.
well, see, here's the thing. Nothing yet has come out yet for this. Is something that's still wide open with this drone. It
Right,
looks like a lot of things were future proofed with it.
right.
I'm not too crazy about the controllers, but I haven't had them in my hands to
True.
operate with. The drone from the specs and looking at it, the
Hmm.
drone pretty much is the
Here's the
same
picture.
size as or if not a little bigger than a Mavic, the Mavic 3. What I found was interesting, like we said, you can change out the payloads.
I'm
There's
switching to
things that
that
are
picture now.
give or take, and when we start talking about competing with DJI, I
Yeah, that's
think
what you
a
need.
lot of people, but see, I think a lot of people get confused with competing with DJI. DJI makes a consumer product.
Hmm.
You everybody that wants to compete with DJI tries to make
This is the bottom of the drone,
they
FYI.
try to make what do they call it? What's the word I'm looking for? They try to make a drone for industry and say that, oh, I'm going to compete with DJI because here you're looking at a drone with
Right. Those are standards.
but 4K 30, whereas that DJI is doing other things right now with
Right.
the drone in this sense. I think that this is really an
Hey, View
enterprise
Chaser.
drone trying to compete with DJI enterprise drones.
Right,
I
right,
don't see
right.
this as your cinematic shooter that's trying to compete with your Mavic series
No,
drone.
it's not. They are gearing this drone towards security. flying
Right,
beyond visual line of sight and things like that.
right, like everyone else.
Yes, yes, more towards
DJI and
industry and
Autel are the
commercial.
only ones who are talking about operating in the consumer space.
Right,
You know,
right,
when you
right.
get into the specs of this thing and you start getting down to the nitty gritty of it, you're right when you start talking about like the things that it's capable, you know, of mounting different things on it. And the fact that you're talking about LTE connection,
Yep.
like that, so you're being able to work off a cellular type connection. You know, this is endless when we start talking about being able in GPS denied situations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a lot of things that is capable about with this drone.
Well,
Uh,
see, Lake Pilot says he likes the modular concept. This
yeah,
is
so do I. So
yeah,
do I, but until you start getting into what the price of these cameras are going to cost,
right, right, right.
and
The
then
drone
then
is
you
one
find that
price.
you're not going to change that camera again.
True. And this is something to take into account too. With parts that move gives more risk for parts to break.
Well, that's not really a movable part. That's like almost stationary.
Right, but the camera
The
is on
problem,
it, that's snapping in and out of a module.
yeah, but it still would be stationarily in there in the drone. It's not moving. It's only the gimbal itself would move like what's on your drone already.
Yeah, yeah,
That mechanism for it to lock in and lock out is not continuously moving.
right,
The
right.
price is when you start getting into the price of the cameras is where
That's costly.
interesting problem because don't get it twisted. Autel tried this.
Yep.
And I don't know how many people ran out and bought the extra cameras, the 8K to 6K camera to make it interchangeable.
But
Because
but but
how
Ortel
you
did
start
it, but
getting
it
into
wasn't switch interchangeable yourself. You had to still take it to Ortel to have them change it.
did you?
Yes,
You
yes,
sure
yes.
about that?
Yes, yes. You could not change it yourself. You still had to buy the camera and take it to an authorized hotel dealer and have them swap the camera out. You couldn't open it up with your Phillips screwdriver
I'm gonna
and
check
pop.
that one out because
Yeah,
it didn't
yeah.
make
I
sense for that to
remember that
happen.
specifically.
Because I know that the price of these cameras is what's going to be the deterrent and people buying it. Because keep in mind, you're looking at it from a consumer standpoint and saying that it would be a nice thing to be able to do it. But then when the price comes out on these cameras, you start saying, "Well, damn, it's just a consumer drone. It's a consumer drone," and then you
Yeah.
won't do it for your
Right.
enterprise
See, Quick
drones.
Cat says the same thing. Ortel sucked. It really wasn't interchangeable. They said you could interchange cameras on this drone, but you still have to bring it in to an authorized dealer to do it or ship it into us.
Where Quick Cat saying all of that
No, no, he just I just added on, but yo, Herman, it's that time.
for what?
It's that time for us to get out of here.
Oh, we were
7:03.
having a good conversation here.
I know, man. I know. I know. But here's another company coming to United States from Japan, and they will probably not be on that UA. They will be added to the list, but not the blue list.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. What list are you talking about?
The ready to fly in the United States list. Not the blue list.
Oh, well, this NDAA is just another step to what I was talking about last week on them vetting consumer products now instead of what you're going through. They're going to go through the same process that they went through before. Now they're going to ones whoever that doesn't pay them to be a friend, like with the
Yeah.
how the FDA did things
Yeah, I know.
with supplements.
Right.
You're not paying to be a friend, then you won't get the great ratings. You'll
Hmm.
and I'll make the people think that you know you have there's security issues with you.
I hear you.
That's
Well,
that's an old that's an old police trick.
I know. I
That's an
know.
old police trick. If you don't give us the information, we'll send you in the general population. Let the people think you did
Yeah.
this.
Well, if you're interested or want to find out more about this SOTEN drone coming from Japan to the United
Check
States,
out their website.
check out the site right here. I just posted it in the chat. It's been fun. It's been real, but we got to get the hell out of here.
That's not that. Oh, I like that one. Say that again. It's been
It's been
fun.
fun. It's been real, but we got to get the hell out of here.
And then after that, you hit it with the fly safe and on the fly safe one.
Okay. It's been fun. It's been real. We got to get the hell out of here. Be safe, fly safer.
And with that, we'll see you next time with
With those
those
guys.
guys. Good night, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We'll see you guys.